from the beginning. My name is Mauro Fondacaro, and I'm responsible for mobility services sales at PCCW Global. And I'm here with my friends from Cellusys. We've been working together for the last 7 years. And thank you, ROCCO, for hosting us and for giving us the chance to present our solution for the hackathon. All right. So ATI, artificial traffic inflation or injection, is a fraud. It's a fraud phenomenon that we have been observing over the last 2 years, and which unfortunately is growing. And it's affecting very badly the brands, as Erwan was saying before. And but ultimately, it's pushing the brands away from SMS. We heard that they're losing confidence, trust in this very powerful and ubiquitous means. So ultimately, it's going to affect everyone. It's going to impact the MNOs, the aggregators, because it's going to lower the revenues and profits. And ultimately, possibly, it's going to impact also the end users. Because we don't know, but the experience could be worse than it is today. They're familiar with SMS, and it's very simple, straightforward, and it could be a lot clunkier than it is today. What is artificial traffic inflation? Is the generation of fake traffic. Traffic emulating the brand of the sending company, and which is being charged to the brand. So overcharged, invoices are inflated, and the brands are effectively paying for traffic they never originated. Let's take a look at a real-life case with this very short video.
Hey, BlaBlaCar. I hear you have a world-class service. I want to do a rideshare to get to work every day. I need to register though. Can you send me an SMS so I can authenticate?
Absolutely. I'm going to send you an SMS, a one-time password SMS to authenticate you. So I'm sending this SMS and paying my preferred aggregator for it.
Perfect. Thank you very much, BlaBlaCar. I'd be happy to deliver this to your subscriber, and I'll take this money as my payment.
Thank you, the aggregator. Now I am the MNO, and I will deliver this message to the user who requested the one-time password.
Excellent. My SMS. That worked. I'm in. Now it's the next day, and I need to log in again. Looks like I need another SMS. BlaBlaCar, can you send me an SMS?
Absolutely. I'll send another SMS and the payment for my aggregator.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I'm going to trash this SMS, and I'm going to keep the full payment for myself.
BlaBlaCar, I requested an SMS, but I still haven't received anything. Can you resend, please?
Okay, that's strange, but okay, I'll send another one, and I'll pay again for it.
Thank you very much. I see I've trashed one of these SMS. I've already made quite a bit of money off this. I'll take my payment and make sure it gets to the subscriber.
Thank you. I'm the MNO, and I will deliver this message again to the subscriber.
There's my SMS. Fantastic. I can log in again. Thank you, BlaBlaCar.
You're welcome.
All right, but the reality is that the traffic generation, artificial traffic generation, is only half of the story, because these bad players, bad actors in the market are getting greedier and greedier. So they say, maybe I don't even have to pay the termination cost. I don't have to send it to the MNOs. I'll just trash them. So basically, by pumping and dumping messages, they are fueling what we call the circle of trash. And it's a serious problem. And it's a serious problem which is not being given enough attention in the business. We all know that in a perfect world, it should be very straightforward. There is a cost, the termination cost for every SMS, and there is a selling price. And everything should be very transparently presented through a delivery report. And every brand should be only paying for what they're sending and what has been successfully delivered to the handset. But the reality is different. There are different players, different flavors in the market. And some of these players are they're diverting the traffic towards themselves. And they're the same players which are originating artificial traffic. So they come to the brands with a competitive price, and basically they're offering them the chance to lower their cost, to achieve cost savings. And they trash a portion of the messages, and as an impact in their financials, they increase their margins. So they have subsidized their pricing point towards the brands. They attract the traffic, and they make more margins than a clean player in the market. So the business case is very straightforward. There's a value for these players, and there is also a situation whereby the brand doesn't have the immediate perception. Now it's been talked about more and more often, but the reality is that there is no perception of the impact. The brand believes that they have achieved cost savings, but the reality is that they are paying for more messages that they have originally sent. So they're actually paying a lot more than they would have if they had selected a traditional clean player as one of their suppliers. So effectively, what this bad actor would do, they would send what is known in the industry as a fake delivery report, a report that is reporting on messages that are not all sent by the brand. This is a serious problem and needs to be tackled as quickly as possible because it's impacting the whole industry and eventually is going to lead to a big change in the SMS industry, as we have heard already earlier in the morning. Chris, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Mauro. So what is the issue that lies underneath this big problem, such that we understand the solution better? It's about sending into the void. If a sending company like BlaBlaCar sends a message to its first aggregator hoping that it will arrive, it has no idea where it's going to go next. And that's the nature of SMS. So for BlaBlaCar, this whole SMS delivery chain is a black hole, a void, if you will. The hop-by-hop delivery nature of SMS makes it impossible for BlaBlaCar to know whether or not somebody has been trashing. So if there's trashing taking place, it could be any one of those three aggregators, but BlaBlaCar will never know who that has been. And the problem gets worse. In the other direction, it is the same problem. It's about delivery receipts, as Mauro said. BlaBlaCar gets a delivery receipt from the first aggregator, but he has no idea if that is correct or not. Delivery receipts also go hop to hop, from right to left, but when a smashing party in between decides to falsify those delivery reports, BlaBlaCar will never know what hit them, almost literally. So it's about behavior. It's not about technology, because technology is the problem that we need to solve. So the only way that we can solve this problem is by changing behavior, which is about creating the right incentives.
So we worked together over the last couple of weeks, month, to come up with our solution. So our solution is called Smash. What is Smash? Smash is a third-party, independent, hosted reporting tool where enterprises can upload their CDRs that they have submitted to be sent. And on the far side, MNOs can upload CDRs that have actually been delivered into their network. This system will then create a comparative report showing an overall success percentage on a per aggregator basis with additional contextual information. The goal, as my colleagues have said, is to create exposure and to promote good business practices. We want to build a circle of trust and not a circle of trash, as we showed earlier on. One of the goals of the system is to be as easy to upload and use for both enterprises and MNOs as possible. So we can ingest CDRs based on a REST API, file transfer, or a message broker, such as Kafka. Based on these CDRs, we will then create a comparative report, such as this, which highlights our overall delivery percentages on a per aggregator basis. Like we said, we're aiming to provide visibility to aggregators, to the likes of BlaBlaCar, so that they can vote with their wallets. They can pick aggregators that show integrity, that are actually delivering messages and not trashing the traffic as it's passing through them. In order to do this, we need to provide full visibility and accuracy in the information we have. So the system takes into account mobile number portability, B-party validation, spikes in traffic, and sequential number ranges. We'll go into a bit more detail as that as I go forward. When we talk about mobile number portability, we've brought in one of our other partners, XConnect, who's been in this space for a number of years, so that we can accurately determine which MNO owns the corresponding B-party the message has been submitted to. We're also using XConnect to do B-party validation to ensure the numbers that traffic is being sent to are actually legitimate and that they're not just completely made up and fake numbers. The system automatically monitors and alerts on traffic spikes that haven't been seen before or abnormal traffic patterns. So for example, if yesterday I was sending 100 messages to Poland, today I'm sending 10,000, obviously there's some sort of anomaly going on there. And same when we talk about sequential number ranges. So one of the things that fraudsters will do is generally deliver messages to number ranges that are sequential with the last, or the suffix of the number just changing slightly. So there, the prefix of those numbers is all the same, with the suffix just changing slightly to 37, 38, 39, 40. What we're going to do now is have a brief walkthrough of the system. So we prepared some videos of different use cases. So what I'm going to do now is play this, like that. Okay, I'm going to switch to my own laser pointer. Here we have our ESME, BlaBlaCar. This is the traffic that we're looking at. We have a range of aggregators here that we're filtering on. Our overall delivery percentage was there. Again, here we see our attempted messages, delivered messages, and those that have not been found. We get a per aggregator breakdown. I'll go into more detail on this in the next video. But we can see here, we've got pretty good success rates on these two, not so great on the others. Here we're looking at our actual correlated logs. So we can see here if a message has been delivered. If a message has been delivered, we've got a CDR from both the enterprise and the MNO itself. And as we scroll further down, we can see that we have the individual CDRs that have been submitted by BlaBlaCar and that have actually been submitted by the MNO. These are what's fueling the correlated logs above. Mauro, can you go to the next demo, please? So, is it playing? Yeah. So in this demo, I'm filtering on one of our aggregators, Integrity. So this is supposed to represent our good aggregator, the likes of PCCW here, where we've got our attempted messages, our delivered messages, and our overall delivery rate. So you can see here our attempted delivered messages delivery rate, it's nearly a 1-to-1 ratio. Below that, we have the same graphs we had before. In the previous dashboard demo, they showed our 5 aggregators. Now they've been filtered down just to show integrity. So we've got a time series here of the attempted messages that have come in, delivered messages, and non-delivered. Again, as we step further down, we can see our delivery percentage and the not found percentage here. So not found is when we've seen a CDR come in from BlaBlaCar, but not from the MNO was supposed to arrive into. Go. Okay, so now we've moved on to another aggregator. I'm just moving through this quite fast in the interest of time. This aggregator is called Bin. So the idea is this is an aggregator that is actually trashing traffic. So again, my delivery percent here is quite low, 75% overall. Again, that is represented here in our pie chart. So we can see that, obviously there's a big discrepancy between 718 that's gone in and 543 that's actually arrived. So 25% of that traffic hasn't actually been delivered into the network, despite BlaBlaCar in this instance having paid for it. Okay, so now we're looking at another aggregator again. This aggregator is called FO. So FO again has a pretty poor delivery rate, 83.2% here. So FO is doing something slightly different though. So this is the information that we're getting from our partner XConnect, letting us know that a large amount of the traffic coming from FO is invalid numbers. So they're numbers that don't exist, they're numbers that aren't assigned. So we want to add this visibility so we can show what's actually going on when it comes to the traffic being processed through the system. We have that again in our correlated logs. So when the CDRs are put together, we're able to see it's an invalid number, and then we're able to filter on that so we can easily see the number ranges that are being used for invalid numbers. The last aggregator we're going to look at here is called Modify. So Modify isn't actually trashing traffic. They've got quite a good delivery percent, over 99. What they're actually doing is something quite different, but still damaging to brands. So previously when messages were coming in from BlaBlaCar, they would have the BlaBlaCar sender ID. Here, what the aggregator has done that's submitting these messages is changing the sender ID. So we've got an MSISDN there, typically indicative of Symbox behavior. And we've also got just random alphanumerics. Again, if BlaBlaCar is paying to send messages in, they want their name to appear at the top. They want to get their brand recognition for it. They don't want numbers arriving from an MSISDN, which these days is typically associated with fraud and smishing messages and the likes. Next slide.
Yep. Thank you. So, what is the aim of the Smash platform then? The aim of the Smash platform is to promote integrity. So how does that work? If you're a good actor and you have something to be proud of, you can now publish your performance results as an independent statement of your track record. And because it's independent, it is also a measure that enterprises like BlaBlaCar can trust in order to choose their providers. These reports don't lie, right? It's hard to argue with them. Oh, that's a bit too quick. Oh, how do we go back? Which is the back one? Okay. Sorry, I gave you a heads up of what's coming. Yeah, so it's hard to argue with posts like these who can look at the total traffic or the individual traffic. So as enterprises can now choose their aggregators, choose the first hop based on the SMS integrity that they have, this whole visibility creates a new business case for the next hop to also select their providers based on SMS integrity. So, whereas the hop-by-hop behavior as SMS was working against us from a technology perspective and makes this problem worse, now it works for us. Because this hop-by-hop rule in SMS now creates a new visibility chain where every player in the chain, every hop in the chain, can now show his SMS integrity by doing this. And this will create a chain reaction of accountability, because nobody wants to be the weakest link that will destroy the chain and will smash that circle of trust. And that works even until the end, where, for example, a good actor at the end can instigate the operator to upload his DLRs, his delivery reports, such that the reports become more accurate and the circle becomes closed again. So everybody does their part. Mobile operators are now motivated to participate in this because this will protect the future of their A2P revenues by de-incentivizing the fraud that is happening, which will compromise those revenues. So in short, why smash it? Coming back to BlaBlaCar's wishes for the universal thing. It is universally applicable. It's a cloud-based system. Enterprises can use it. MNOs can use it. Aggregators can use it. It's very simple to use. It is accurate, for example, by using the MNP analysis that Peter presented. It is low cost because it's in the cloud. There's no hardware, there's no software, there's no integration, there's no deployment, there's nothing. It's just in the cloud based on reports. And best is it has no impact on users. We don't need a new solution that will replace SMS. SMS remains as is, we just make it more reliable. So in short, to address this issue of traffic inflation, better tracing of hops is the best solution, coming back to the wishes of the end customer, because we have to think from a customer perspective, like Jason said. There is no new experience for the user on, for example, OTP. His experience remains the same. So we put the enterprise in control because they don't need to have to find, deliver, and secure a new solution for a problem that did not originate in their domain. It's our domain, so we solve it. That's what Smash is all about. Thanks. Thank you.
Great, excellent presentation, guys. Very, very insightful. Thank you very much. I'm sure it helped a lot. Erwan,
yes, thank you.
Do you have some questions for these guys?
I have a few, yes. It's a very very good example of good innovation to solve an issue, an existing issue. But then, as it's an innovation, you need all actors to cooperate. How do you see the deployment of this solution to all the chain? How can you convince everyone to be onboarded to this solution? Because it needs the cooperation of everyone.
The idea would be that the good aggregators are going to want to sign up for a solution. They're going to want to be able to publish the fact that they have a 98% delivery rate into a specific network. So when an MNO comes to choosing who they're going to have as their exclusive provider, they want to have someone they can trust that's not going to artificially inflate traffic. At the end of the day, and it's been mentioned a couple of times already today, artificial traffic is a big problem to SMS. The likes of BlaBlaCar isn't going to want to be paying if it continues. So it's in the interest of MNOs to pick a trusted delivery partner to bring the traffic into the network. Same with BlaBlaCar. You're going to ask any aggregator or any CPaaS provider you're using who is delivering this traffic, can I see their overall delivery rate? If they don't or are unwilling to show that, and if they're unwilling to sign up to the system, that suggests something in and of itself.
Okay, thanks.
Well, let's face it, Arwan, I want to make it very clear. It's also important that the brands play a role. When we talk to the brands, often they are reluctant to consider changing their provider portfolio. And this solution will give you the tool to say, I can trust these guys. I shouldn't trust these guys. So everyone has to play a role. And even the MNOs, as Peter was saying before. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's nice. You get more traffic, you get more revenues, but you have to accept that someone is being taken advantage of, and it's not okay.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Your question is, how do we get it into the ecosystem?
Yes, but you answered it's by incentive on the fact that it's bringing more trust. But still, I think it's gonna take time to be deployed and to be, but it's still a good way, a good long-term solution. Other question: what if the bad actor is the MVNO itself? He would report an accurate, a good delivery rate. He would say his score are good, even if it's the one trashing the message.
It's a good question.
So the way we've seen artificial traffic kind of involved is, and don't get me wrong, there are probably still some MNOs involved in it, but the way it's shifted now is that it's being trashed before it gets even to the MNO. So at first, MNOs used to assign number ranges and used to say, okay, artificially inflate traffic towards this specific number range. We kind of covered it in the system, very easy to detect, basic pattern detection will show that. In the later versions that we're seeing at the moment, MNOs aren't, maybe some, but not very many are complicit, because why would the bad actor here pay a proportion to the MNO when they can trash the traffic, generate the traffic themselves, trash this and keep all the revenue? I'd still be putting the money in my pocket rather than paying an MNO.
Yes, okay. I think we are a bit short on time, so I think I'm good with question for...
You have any more questions, or you're...
But you mentioned it would be cheap, but what cost would it be for brands? I think you need to have a business model to sustain the service.
Yeah, but money is obviously a key aspect of services like this. It would be hosted in the cloud, so and it's not like generally a performance-intensive cluster. So it's only processing CDRs, not live traffic, so it wouldn't actually require that much resources. In terms of how we would make out on the back end, we would probably charge aggregators that want to publish their integrity score. So if an aggregator wants to prove that they're not performing artificial traffic inflation, we'll say, okay, we're happy to certify you. We'll say your delivery rate is 99%, and we'll charge a charge for that.
I like this business model.
Yeah, you don't have to pay.
Okay. Thanks.
Precision Posse, thank you very much.